everyone. So my name is Alicia Bell, and welcome to my event to introduce girls to engineering and computer science. For those of you that don't know, this event is for my Girl Scout Gold Award. I've been a Girl Scout for 9 years, and this award is the highest award a Girl Scout can achieve. So I chose this project because as a girl interested in math and science, I was so surprised by the small amount of women who pursue careers in engineering and computer science. Currently, less than 20% of bachelor degrees earned in engineering and computer science are earned by women. Because of this fact, I was motivated to make information about engineering and computer science available to other girls around me in hopes that this percentage will be higher in the future. So now, to start things off, I'm going to have all the panelists introduce themselves. So, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Ryan Minnick. I attend Miami University in Ohio, and I am an environmental chemical engineering major.
Hi, I'm Alan Bell. I go to University of Illinois, and I'm pursuing a dual degree in agricultural and biological engineering.
I'm Carla Rivero. I am a rising sophomore at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign studying mechanical engineering.
I'm Meg Grassi. I'm studying computer science at Northwestern University.
Hi, I'm Brooke Donnelly, and I'm studying biomedical engineering at Northwestern University.
My name is Christine Jackson. I'm currently a second grade teacher, but I spent 17 years in engineering. I have a bachelor's degree from Purdue University, a master's degree from Northern Illinois University, and another master's degree from Chicago State University.
Hi, my name is Colette Mann, and I currently work in IT. However, I've been a software developer, electrical engineer. I have my bachelor's of science in engineering, electrical engineering from the University of Notre Dame, and then I have my master's in telecommunications from DePaul University.
Hi everyone, my name is Lourdes. I just graduated from U of I and I majored in technical systems management, and I currently work at John Deere as an IT business analyst.
Hi, I'm Yvette Leon. I just graduated from the University of Illinois as well. I majored in chemical engineering, and I'm currently interning with Kimberly Clark as a product developer.
Hi everyone, Ritika Kaur. I work for AT&T Services. I did my master's in telecommunications from University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and I have a bachelor's in electronics and communication engineering back in India. And I work mostly on networks, computer networks, and voice specifically.
Great. So now I'm going to start by talking with the college students. So what is your favorite thing about being in college and your favorite things to do on campus? Yeah.
All right. My favorite thing about being in college is having a lot of time to myself and actually being able to make my own decisions. You just start to, you get thrust into the world of being an adult, but not, too quickly. You're still in school, but you have a lot more independence, and you get to, just pave your own path. And I don't know, my favorite thing to do on campus is kind of the favorite thing I like to do back home. I just like to hang out with my friends, and that's what I do in my pastime.
For me, it's definitely the freedom as well. Kind of just like, if you see an opportunity, you can kind of just go for it and decide, is this for you, is this not for you? It's a lot of decisions on you at this point, but it's good ones. It's ones that will kind of define you as a person and your life in the future.
Okay. What I like is the amount of flexibility you have and the amount of resources in college. Just because you're an engineer doesn't mean that you're stuck inside a classroom or the lab just working all day. You can do study abroad, you can do internships, you can, actually, do projects with business students. You can do anything in college. So that's what I really like. I have a lot of access to many things that I didn't even know existed until I actually went to college.
I would say my favorite part about being in college is I really like the community. I love that you're with such ambitious, passionate people every day, all day, and I really think that inspires a lot of yourself, and you get a lot of role models. Your peers are all very ambitious, and it brings out a different side of you. I'd say my favorite thing to do on campus is I play on the club lacrosse team. Love playing lacrosse, and gives you a little break from studying sometimes.
Hey, my favorite part about college is the enormous amount of opportunities you have when you go to college. Like the first week you show up to school, there's about 500 clubs you can pick from all the little interests that you had in high school but you weren't able to pursue. And I'm on a dance team on campus, so that's one of my favorite things to do on campus, and just to like hang out with my friends, because in engineering you're around the same people a lot of the time, so you get really close with them. Like I'm friends with Meg, I hang out a lot. But
Good. Okay, so now if you guys could describe your major and why you were drawn to it.
My major is environmental chemical engineering, as I said earlier. Basically, I get to look into the way that chemical output affects the environment and the, just chemistry in general and how to optimize chemical processes. And I was drawn to it because in high school I was very, very good at chemistry. It was my favorite subject. I'm not bragging or anything. But chemistry always just made sense to me. It clicked for me, and I wanted to find a way that I could apply that in the real world. And there were a lot of new opportunities opening up in environmental positions, environmental research and environmental engineering. So that's why I chose my field. I just felt like it had an actual real world impact, and I'd actually probably helping people, so that's pretty cool.
For me, for agricultural and biological engineering, that major kind of clicked for me because one, it was very broad in terms of the different paths you can go down. There's a lot of different specializations. I think there's about 6 to 8. Everything ranging from nanoscale biological engineering, which relates a lot more to pharmaceuticals and the medical industry, to soil and water conservation, which deals a lot more with farming, agriculture, and the urbanization of farming. So there's a lot of different paths to go down, all related up to biology, all centered around engineering, all different things I like. So it gave me the opportunity to pick things later on once I figured out what specialization I want to go down, or I can blend two of them together and form my own path.
Well, I'm doing mechanical engineering, and I personally think it's the broadest of all of the engineering disciplines. You get to learn things about fluid dynamics, statics, machinery. Yes, we do mechanical engineers. A lot of them work in cars, but you can pretty much work in any industry. Last summer, I just did an internship with Procter & Gamble, so I did packaging. But I've also worked at Caterpillar with like really big construction equipment. You do like thermodynamics, all of these different things. Robotics is also there. I've even almost had the opportunity to do research in biomechanics, so your prosthetics, everything to do with tissue mechanics, all of that I have access to when you're a mechanical engineer. So that's really why I chose it. My dad was also a very big influence because he's also a mechanical engineer. So for as far as long as I can remember, I could hear my dad talk to me about, oh yeah, in college I was doing this project about thermodynamics, and I was like, I have no idea what you're saying, but it sounds pretty cool. So that's what really led me to pursue it. So yeah.
So prior to contrary belief, computer science isn't just programming. It's actually the algorithms behind computer software and the different methods that computers use. And so I chose that, kind of similar to Carla, because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. And computer science can be applied to a lot of different fields, finance, biology, lots of different areas, and hopefully I can keep my options open with that. And as I figure out how I want, or what I want to do along my path, I can apply computer science to that.
So I picked biomedical engineering because in high school I took 2 years of biology with Miss Sheila Emmett. I don't know if you guys took that too. But biology was my favorite class, and there was a long period of time where I wanted to be a doctor. So I had a great interest in medicine too. So I picked biomedical engineering because I also was really interested in creating, and I wanted to know how to take that knowledge and to make things with the classes that I would take in college. And there's a lot of different there's a lot of different concentrations you can take, so you can work in either tissue engineering, and I'm interning at La Rabida Children's Hospital for chronically ill children, and a lot of them have prosthetics, and so I'm getting really interested in prosthetics and rehabilitation, and so there's a lot of different fields in medicine and biology that you can apply it to.
Great. Okay, so this is a question for the female panelists, for the students. So, are there many other women in your classes, and if not, what is it like being one of the few?
Well, in my university, the percentage of females in mechanical engineering is about 13%. I personally haven't taken that many like mechanical engineering student-only classes, but the ones that I have, I've had like a class where there were about 250 people there, and there were about 25 girls. So yeah, you can definitely see that there's not as many girls as guys in engineering, but I haven't felt personally like out of place. Everybody is really super helpful, and it's really great to get to know people, and it gets you out of your comfort zone. Because I usually most of my friends are females, but now being in a place where there's mostly males, it's really nice just getting to know other perspectives, and it's a great experience working with different people.
Yeah, I think Brooke would agree with me. It's not as small percentage as you would expect, and especially computer science, kind of has the reputation of being a completely male-dominated field. I was really surprised to see how many women were in my classes. I think it helped. Our introductory computer science professor at Northwestern is a woman, and she's very active in our Women in Computing Club, and rallies a lot of women to change their major to computer science, which I think really helps our percentage.
Yeah, in all of our introductory classes, there's definitely a presence of women, and I think that there's this belief that because there's not a lot of women, it's going to be difficult, but the benefit to having so few women is that you end up getting to know each other and you get really close with all the women. But you just need to assert yourself, and there's really no reason why you should feel like you can't do something because there's all these males in the room. So there's definitely less women, but there's no reason why that should discourage you. So that's what I think.
I feel like the reason why there aren't that many women here is because there's a lot of misconceptions about what the majors are. I know if you think about electrical engineering, a lot of girls think, oh, electrician. No, that's a completely different thing. They're not the same thing. Or, oh, mechanical engineering, oh, mechanic. No, I don't fix cars. It's not what you get to do in that major. There's so many more opportunities, and I think that in order to increase that percentage, you kind of need girls to understand what the majors are. So I think that's the main obstacle.
Great. Okay. So I know there are a lot of programs at colleges that introduce high school students to engineering and computer science. So did any of you ever attend any?
I did attend one in between junior and senior year of high school at U of I. It was the WISE camp for engineers. This camp lets you explore every single engineering field. Very diverse group of students as well. They usually invite people from different countries, all different states, different ethnicities. And it kind of lets you explore, a full week down there, lets you explore the different labs, different concentrations, and give you a little feel of what it's like to be an engineer too.
I did 3 different programs. The first one was an engineering camp at Northern Illinois. It was really, really fun. I got to experience more what engineering was about. I did everything from electric circuits to I actually built a crane with a team. We did CAD modeling, so we did all of these different kinds of things. I also did a shadowing program with the Society of Women Engineers on campus. So my senior year, I went there, I stayed there for 4 days, and I shadowed a student and just saw what she was doing in terms of mechanical engineering projects. And it was really fun. It really got me to see what kinds of projects women do, engineering students do in my major. And I also did one with the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. Again, 3 or 4 days just being there, looking at what Latinos are doing, how big of a presence they are on the engineering campus. So I definitely had a lot of exposure to that.
Well, I didn't do any of those programs, but I was saying just because you didn't go to a camp doesn't mean that you don't know enough to pick the major. And my advice would be like during welcome, just send emails to people, go to welcome week, talk to people and figure out about the major just to try it because you can always switch out of your major. So you don't have to be 100% set on it. I think the best advice is to talk to people like us who can tell you about it so you don't have to go to a camp. And so you don't have to feel discouraged about picking it if you didn't spend the week off doing engineering.
I also went to a camp. I can't remember what it's called. It was either PAVE or Pathway or STEP or something like that. Something about walking on a path. It was at Purdue, and they introduced me to all of the different fields of engineering that they offered there. And it was very, very interesting. It really helped me to figure out which direction I wanted to go. And I think I'd highly recommend it if you're already strongly considering engineering, but you just don't really know what you want to do. And like Brooke said, you don't have to do that sort of thing. You can definitely, go word of mouth and go that route. But if you really want to see the hands-on stuff that an engineering major does in their particular field, it's a great way to go and do that early. It really gets you to see what they're doing at school and then what they're preparing to do afterwards.
Great, okay. So Carla, I've heard that engineering students often participate in co-op programs, so can you kind of explain what a co-op is?
Yeah, so a co-op is basically a program that can be between 4 and 12 months length. So you basically stop going to college for a little bit and work full-time at a company. You get trained, you're pretty much like a full-time employee there. You get very good projects. You get your projects to get you a feel of, this is what we do in the company, this is the role that you would do if you have this major once you're out of college. As I've said, it can take you either a semester, or you can be during the summer and into a semester, or you can take 2 semesters off and just work the entire year. I personally haven't done a co-op, but I've definitely had exposure to different co-ops that a lot of companies offer, and I think it's a really great opportunity if you're like, I have no clue if I want to do, I don't know if I want to do work in a car company. It's like, then you just go there, work there for 6 months and say, oh yeah, I love it, or no, I just want to go somewhere completely differently. So it's a really great choice if you're not sure about whether or not the field work that you're going to do is really going to be beneficial.
Great, okay, so Brooke and Carla, I know you talked about how you both participated in internships, so how are you able to find out about these different opportunities?
Like I said, I'm interning at Longview Children's Hospital. And personally, how I found that opportunity was independent research. So, you can literally just get on your computer and start searching. Like I said, I'm biomed engineering, so I knew that I wanted experience in medicine. And so I'm working in the emergency room and the rehab department. And so I just went online and I searched for hospitals in the Chicago area and if they're having internships. And then you can usually contact someone, you can get an interview. And then there's also other ways that you can find an internship. At least at Northwestern, we have at least 4 career fairs where hundreds of companies show up, and you show up with your resume and you can talk to a million different people about what you would want to do. But as a freshman, it's not crucial to have an internship your first summer, because a lot of people, I think that's a misconception a lot of people have. The main thing is to do something that you think would be beneficial. So if you think getting just a regular job would be beneficial, doing volunteering would be beneficial, that's fine. So if you're going into college, your whole freshman year, you should have in the back of your head trying to get an internship, but not stress out about it. The goal is to do something that would be beneficial to you over the summer.
There's a lot of different ways you can look into getting internships. I did go to a lot of career fairs in my university. Also, if you're part of an organization within the College of Engineering, you generally have a lot of companies wanting to come to meetings for your organization and talk about what they like to do. I know at the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, we did it a lot. Pretty much every month a company would come in and tell us, oh yeah, we have these positions, this is what we really believe in. You can do all of these things at our company. There's also job shadowing programs. We have a engineering career services office in our college. So basically just go there and they can give you help with anything, you know, how to do career fair preparation, you know, like resume reviews, mock interviews, and then, you know, they can even give you access to job shadowings, and they have a lot of lists of internships available anywhere. So there's really not, it won't be hard for you to find resources to get to actually know about internships. It's a great resource to have.
Yeah, there's a lot of resources available to try to find one. Like I took, or at least for engineering, they want us to take a career development class. It was no credit. I took it last quarter. And it's really helped. I mean, there's a million people who want to help you find the best opportunity. So during that class, you learned how to write a resume, how to write a cover letter, how to do an interview. So it's not like you're just going to be thrown into the deep water to go do something. There's a million people who want to help you succeed, and there's a lot of resources. I'm sure wherever you go to school, there's usually going to be a career office. We have 2 websites that you sign up for too, that they take all the internship opportunities and list them out, and you can apply. But you get assigned an advisor too, so you can always talk to them. So it shouldn't be a scary thing to get internships, so there's a lot of people who are going to try to help you for it.
And also, don't be afraid to make connections with your professors, because sometimes they can also be a good outlet to gain exposure to research, internships, or even co-ops. I've had professors come approach me about research for next year, or for sending me internship emails and ideas for getting my name out there.
Definitely talk to your professors.
Yeah, I was going to stress that too. At Miami, it's very, very important. As you said, research opportunities for your professors are like huge. Basically, if you just get your name out there, get to know your professor, and you ask him if at Miami they have you do lab prep work, and they you pretty much clean out the glassware and you set up everything for all the professors and grad students doing their projects, and you kind of work your way up the ranks, and then you start, running numbers for them and stuff, and it's a great, great thing to put on your resume, and great way to get a letter of recommendation. You just really want to have, those resources, because you want somebody, to vouch for you when you say that you know what you're doing.
Alan, can you talk about what a job shadow program is?
Okay. I did do a job shadow program recently in the spring with Kraft Foods. You're assigned either a specific person to shadow, or kind of like you hop around like different areas of the company to figure out which sector of the company would like the best fit for me be, would I want to work for this company, what can the company offer me as an employee if I were to work for them. So at Kraft, they took us around to the food testing labs for the cheese. They had giant cheese blocks where they told us about cheese testing, of which cheese goes where, how it's manufactured, how it's tested. Also, product design was a big sector that they had there. I was really interested in that. That was really cool. Also, I did get that at a career fair, so do go to those and get the opportunity.
Cool. Okay, so Carla, Megan, Brooks, so I know you guys are pursuing a minor, certificate, and stuff, so how common is it to pursue a double major minor certificate, and can you share which one you're pursuing and why?
So at Northwestern, we're on the quarter system as opposed to semesters, so it's really common because we take a couple more classes, I think, than general semester-based universities. So we have more room to take double majors or minor certificates. Me personally, I'm minoring in economics, and I'm pursuing a certificate in managerial analytics. Reason I'm doing that is because I hope to be able to grow a company not only on the tech side of it, but also, affect the economic side of the company and grow the market share. And so that's why I am planning on studying those.
So, I have a minor in dance and performance studies, and I'm also pursuing a certificate in design. And so I picked those two because I was a dancer my whole life, and a lot of people say that engineering and art are very related. And at Northwestern, well, I can't speak for semester classes, but because we're on quarter system, we get 8 extra classes. And so in the engineering school, they tell you that you need to take those 8 classes and take them in the liberal arts and humanities, or like, that's where I'm putting my dance and design classes, because they really stress, and I think it's, personally, I think it's really important to mix different forms of education, because you're not just going to be doing technology, you need to speak to people, you need to know about different things, and so that's why I picked dance, because I am passionate about it, and so I can get a minor in that, and plus it's a de-stressor, it's really nice to do. And we took a class freshman year, it's called Design Thinking and Communication. It's where they give you a project and you work the entire quarter on like solving this problem, and you get to go in the shop and you get to make things, and I love doing that. I love learning how to use like the lathe and like the big saw, and like so that's why I picked the design certificate, because you learn how to like, because I want to learn how to like change the aesthetic of things, and I always like building things, and that's why I picked engineering, because I like making things. So there's a lot of different things out there, and don't feel that if you're doing engineering you can't pursue any of your other interests, that say you like to paint or you like literature or something, so you should definitely be able to do that, and there's people that are going to help you be able to do that as well.
So I don't have a set minor yet. I'm kind of at that point where I'm making a lot of different decisions. Right now I'm thinking of either doing a business minor or a minor in electrical engineering. The electrical engineering option is really nice for me because I'm really interested in robotics. And while mechanical engineering kind of trains you to focus on the mechanical aspect of the engine, I also, of like whatever robot you want to make, I really want to look at like circuits and digital versus analog components, all of that stuff. I think it's super interesting. So that's why I'm thinking, electrical engineering kind of furthers my technical, passions, whereas business is more of a kind of like a forward thinking on my career, because while I do want to have a technical job at first, I eventually want to go into management. And so I think business management really, taking a minor in that would really help me to start thinking not only like an engineer, but like a businesswoman right from the start. So that's why I'm kind of in between those two. I was also considering a linguistics minor, because I'm really interested in all of the history of language and how it affects society. But again, I'm just kind of like a mixture of feelings. But just know that through my experience, you really can pursue anything you want. Just because you're in engineering, you're not just confined to whatever major you're in. You can do whatever you want with your minor. So it's a great choice to have.
Awesome. Okay, so Ryan, so students sometimes pursue a concentration within their major. So can you kind of talk about what that is, and if you're pursuing concentration, as well as Meg, can you also talk about if computer science majors pursue concentrations?
So, like concentration, you mean how I'm doing environmental chemical?
Yeah.
Rather than chemical? Okay, yeah, almost every major offers a concentration in a specific field. And if the university doesn't provide that for you, you can pursue that yourself by taking classes in different areas of interest. For me, I chose environmental because I thought that it was something that was very going to be very practical when I get out into the job force. But I was also really heavily thinking about materials engineering as far as my concentration in chemical, and materials sometimes goes off into a whole other major itself. So it was a question why I chose it. So yeah, I chose it just because it seemed like the best path for me. At Miami, they offered chemical engineering, and I was actually forced to choose a concentration. Either I had to go biomed, environmental, or what was the other one? One that I wasn't very interested in. So since I had to choose one, I chose environmental. It really did, after looking into it, seem like the best option for me. And I'm glad that I chose it. After going into a few classes, I thought it was very interesting. And I'm glad I made that decision. And I also have time to switch it up if I don't want to. When you start choosing your concentration, you usually do that later on in your college career. So you'll start taking much more specific classes your sophomore, junior, and senior years. Usually second semester sophomore years when you're really going to start. So you have a lot of time, and I mean everyone would probably agree that your freshman year is when you really start to learn about all the different directions that you can go in. So you know, once you're really well informed, you get the opportunity to make that decision if you want to.
So at Northwestern, for some reason we call concentrations depths in computer science, and so the way that the